are very black and white people. It's either right or it's wrong, very severe, no in between. I tell them, take right and wrong out of your vocabulary, take it out of how you think and how you live, and then let's work with that. Right and wrong says something has to be wrong or you can't be right. Not so. There's nothing intelligent that supports that. Nothing. The fact that we have a fingerprint says that every one of us are different. And I don't care if I had a strawberry shortcake out here and we're all going to get a piece of it. There would be everyone's different reaction to it. Somebody wouldn't care so much for strawberries. They like this, you know what I'm saying? I don't particularly like the consistency of the cake. I would like this, you know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the strawberry shortcake. It's still a blessing if you want it. And if you really don't like strawberries, you have a choice. Either eat the cake or don't take it at all. But those conditions make us unique of who we are as humanity. That doesn't make us right or wrong. Okay? And then when we come to making things, when we say right or wrong, the next thing that I want you to look at is, okay, you know, how do you allow the contrast? In the greater teachings that we work with, and when I teach, I introduce people to what a lot of people see as our medicine wheel or the circle of life or the various other names that the wheel has for us. Sun wheel is what I call it, okay? The sun wheel is the wheel of life. Okay, across from wherever I'm sitting and in whatever position I'm at in that time loop, in that wheel, the opposite of what I am in that moment is right across from me. The opposite. So if we don't see opposites as wrong or make them wrong, then we're always open for whatever that field of opportunity tells us, that the in-between where you are and where I am, there's a world. Look at it around you. Look at it around you. And what can we make of that? I can allow for you to be different. I can totally be accepting of you being different. I can totally expect that you're going to be different. And that difference does not have to take away from me. You know, then we come to, okay, if I'm sitting in love, then hate's directly across from me. Okay, in hate, and I've had a few people challenge that. So you're saying you're okay that there's hate over there. I don't believe that I need to be okay with it or give it permission. I know it exists because that is how Creator has put it. If I'm love, the only way I can validate that I'm love is that that's hate. I'm in the field of duality, and without the opposite, I'm not validated. So if that's what validates that I want to be a loving, kind, and good person, then there has to be hate. And I'm going to give appreciation that it's over there because it's not what I want to be. Then I have to allow the hate person to do whatever it is that hate does. Now, if hate gets to be abusive and that abuse starts to influence me, then I got to make some decisions. And then what I'm going to do is make sure that I am very not involved with that abuse. Means I'm not going to take it. It means I'm not going to facilitate it by being what? Silent about it. Because silent is what? Consensual. I'm going to be very outspoken. Look, you're different, and that's how you want it, and that's okay, but you're going to keep it over there. Because, see, when it flows over here, it starts to hurt. It starts to abuse. So make sure that you understand the in-between, the where you are is okay. But we're going to keep it there. Okay. Now, you want to say, and listen, I get challenges right now. A lot of people are saying, I see you saying make no wrong. You know, I hear you teaching to say don't go against anything. But then you point up different situations, some political situations, or just the fact that I've had recently a lot of challenge over the human trafficking stuff that I'm dealing with. And people saying, how can you say that you're okay with that? And it's like, I never said I was okay with that. Yes, but you said not to be against it. And I didn't say that either. I said this is what I'm doing to stop human trafficking. Okay? That's what I said. And this is my plan on doing that. Well, if you're stopping it, it means you're against it. No, it means I'm going to make it a little harder for you to steal somebody else's kid. I'm going to create some situations that gives people and parents a whole lot more time to be effective at protecting or having security around the innocent and the loved ones. I'm going to do everything I know to stop the authorities from opening the back end of a truck on the Mexican border and finding families that died from heat exhaustion in the back of a truck and a driver that ran. I'm going to put more energy into making sure that don't happen. You hear what I'm saying? So when you're, when are you saying it's okay for you to turn your head and bury it in the sand and not know that there are a lot of circumstances going on? Because see, as that wheel of life turns, everything that I am has to be validated by what? The opposite. So if I'm nurturing and I'm a great humanitarian, of which I take full credit, I work very diligent at it, then there has to be somebody that's anti-humanitarian. And I have to be aware of what that is. In the teachings of our medicine societies, the indigenous societies of healing and the universal principles of power, you also have to know what the sorcerer or the one who does the opposite, the dark work of what you do, the light work. You have to know it. How intelligent are you? You know that we're sitting here in a beautiful sunny day, but last night it was a beautiful night with the moon and everything out. Those are opposites. I was comfortable in both. So was you. So but it wasn't daytime. You know that it was night. You know right now it's not nighttime, it's daytime. We're sucking up the shade. You can see sun all around us. So why do those things have to be crippling, or why do we have to start killing each other over it? Why do we have to make it so horrible that now nothing is effective? So when I say not to be against it, if you're putting all of your energy into how you want it to be, you really don't want to waste any of that energy in going out and dwelling on what the other person's doing or how terrible that person is that took those people in the truck and left them or whatever. If I dwelt on that, my anger would overcome my love, wouldn't it? So basically what I'm going to do is make sure that I stay in a place of my thinking that allows me to continue to see it in a loving way. I can have compassion for the person who ran and left the truck there. I'm sure in whatever decision they had to make, they believed it was the thing they had to do. Just wouldn't be what I did. Okay? So that's what we're saying when we're saying, people tend to focus more on the opposite of whatever possibilities or solutions they have, because they have not prepared themselves to actually practice what those solutions are. I know for the many of you that come over this few days here with me, you realize that what I've asked you to read and what I have you studying is actually showing you the greater picture of what you are. Learn what your body chemistry is. Learn how your thoughts actually affect. Know how to be prepared for the changes. Not even say you're in the perfect place right now in your life to where you want to be with where your career is at and what you're doing and how you earn your financial, comforts or whatever. Maybe all that's perfect for you. Okay? It does not mean at this point that you have to stop, though. I would still continue to educate myself to see what else is around. And the more you know, the more secure you can be in wherever you're saying that happiness is. In order to have what you want in life, the continuation of learning means know the sciences of your own anatomy and physiology. Know the sciences of your mind. Know the sciences of your body chemistry. Everything you feel is a chemistry that's going through your body. And sometimes when you're in those places and you're saying, I don't know why I was thinking like that. I really don't, because normally, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, something keyed off a chemistry that brought you to a particular emotional reaction that you maybe didn't expect or wasn't prepared for. And knowing yourself and knowing how these things work allows you to have solutions instead of always the challenge of a right or wrong or bad or good. And then you have just simply life in all of its various varieties. And I think we actually have some kind of little pun that we say, the spice of life. Well, if we're going to have the spice of life, then we need to know that it measures itself in various portions in our life, whether we are prepared for it or not. You're going to have a little bit more right now than maybe you had initially invited. So as we come to where we want life to take us, we have to be prepared for where it will actually will land us at some point different than where our compass is right now. So take, some of this and look at it and realize that as you're looking at anything in life, look to the greater and focus on the greater of where you want to enjoy where you're at in this world. And let it be everything that it could possibly be. I believe that we have to dance. I believe we have to sing. I love reading and sharing what we're reading and having discussions. I love going to new programs and meeting wonderful people. I love going where people, as I said, professionals in my field are teaching. I love being there and being supportive to them. So at this point of everything, we can look and say, we have definitely given a good day to where we want to go with that. Looking at where the topic of where we're at on change, one of the changes that I want you to look at and actually begin to work toward is, where are you in your mind today, and where do you want that to take you in the next year? So sitting down and doing a sheet of paper to where you're listing all of what you're saying are the blessings, and then over here on this side, the right-hand side, list how much bigger you would want, or how much more of that, or maybe even the change that you would want, and watch how it starts unfolding because of the information that you've been getting and what's been shared. Every time we listen, something will change. Every time we're present, change is happening. Every time we gather, we are more powerful. That is the message. Stay close. I love you very, very much. I love all that's around us and the busyness of life that we are. These are our gifts. Let us be very, very appreciative to it all. I thank you for your time here with me.